Hello there, happy Saturday. It is a beautiful sunny day today and I have a whole bunch of projects, creative projects and cozy fun gardening projects lined up for the weekend, and I thought it'd be really fun to film a weekend vlog just because I was in the mood to share my weekend with you. It's actually 1 p.m. at the minute. I spent the morning doing a little bit of cleaning, doing a little workout, generally having a bit of a reset after a long week, and now all of those maintenance things are out of the way. I get to actually work on creative projects for the rest of the weekend. I have a day and a half to do whatever I feel like doing. My main two priorities are going to be working on my book and working on an art project that I've been working on, and I'm going to hopefully be alternating between the two. But before I do either of those, I actually have a little gardening project to do. I went back to the garden center yesterday during my lunch hour at work and got a couple of new plants and plant pots. I got 2 plant pots, one bigger one that I'm going to plant a strawberry plant into it. I kind of wanted to get like a little strawberry tiny little seedling thing and plant that and then let it grow rather than buy a fully grown one. I think between the move taking longer than I wanted to being ill multiple times this year, I just didn't get to that, and when I was looking around the shop there are still some of those on sale, but I think it's a little bit later in the season now that it'd be better to just not take that risk, so I just bought a full grown plant and I'm gonna be repotting it into a nicer pot and hopefully get some strawberries show up on it at some point soon. And then I also got a smaller pot because I got some spring onion seeds a while ago that I haven't gotten to planting yet. I think those 2 pots are about the right size for me to use up the rest of the compost that I bought, so it'd be really good to just use that up and then not have that on my balcony so I can make some space, and then those are gonna be my plants this year. So long story short, let's go outside and replant some strawberries. Hello. I still have some compost left, so I think we're gonna have to buy another plant. It's the only way to use up all the compost. It's actually 3 p.m. already. I wanted to do some art project, I wanted to do some writing, and I was hoping to also do some crochet today and video editing. That sounds a bit ambitious though. I think I'm gonna start with the art project, just because that is the only thing on that list that has an actual deadline. I'm not gonna tell you what the art project is in this video because I don't know when this is going to be published versus when I'm allowed to talk about that project, but I am making a different video about that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna aim to do like an hour or 2 of my art project. Actually, since it's 3 p.m, I'm gonna aim for 2 hours of my art project. Then I can have dinner, and then I'm gonna do some writing in the evening. I think that sounds pretty good. And then probably leave crochet and video stuff until tomorrow. Good morning. I was just going to do some early morning, I say early, it's almost 11 a.m. I was just going to do some late morning writing after having a sleep in, and I just read back where I left off. The last sentence I attempted writing just says the Why did I leave that sentence halfway written, you might wonder? Well, here's the story. I was sitting on my balcony, typing away, getting really into the scene. I'm actually almost done with this chapter, like I was getting to the climax of this chapter, completely in the zone, when suddenly my upstairs neighbors decide that they're gonna throw a bucket of water down their balcony, which then dripped down the side of my balcony, bouncing off the railing and starting to splash on me. At which point I went inside, got really angry about it, and then didn't get back to writing. And now I've completely lost the flow of that sentence. The what? I don't know. I will never know. I'm gonna have to figure out the next sentence from scratch now. It might not even start with the. I managed to finish that chapter I was working on this morning, and then I did a little bit of sketching. This is taking so much longer than I was anticipating. I'm hoping that once I get into it and figure out where I'm going, it will be easier to finish it, but at the minute it's taking a very long time to do this illustration, and I was really hoping to finish it today. I saw that Malin and Anna are streaming this afternoon, so I think what I'm going to do rather than try to alternate all day is I'm just gonna hunker down and focus on getting this illustration finished. I've got 2 hours before the stream starts, and then that's my cutoff, and at that point I'm gonna change over to writing during the stream. Hopefully I can get it, I was gonna say done. I think that's maybe not realistic, but like get the line out done in 2 hours. And the sketch that is still not finished, and the polished sketch before that. Yes. Let's get back to work. So I haven't finished my line out, but I've done enough of it that I actually feel a lot better about it. It's looking kind of like the part that I've done looks really good, which makes me feel confident that I do have the skills to make the other part of it that I haven't done look good as well. I did start with the easy bit, but I think I'm still going to be fine. And Anna and Malin's stream just started, so I'm gonna do some writing during these sprints. I realized that I didn't really give you an update as to what I'm working on. I am still making my way through Project Side Book 1 revisions. I decided to cut an entire subplot, which is something that I asked my beta readers the question of, do you think I should cut this entire thing out, or do you think it's fine and should I keep it? Everyone told me it's fine and I could keep it, and then I decided I hate it and I cut it out anyway. I did know that I wanted to cut that before giving the book to beta readers, and the main reason I hadn't done it yet is because I didn't know how to make it better, and now I do. I figured out a much better storyline for that character. So I'm not just cutting the subplot, I'm adding a new subplot to replace it, which needs to have the same end result because book 2 in the series has already been written. And obviously book 2 is just like a really quick first draft. I can still change things, and some of it will have to change because the subplot is very different, but it has a similar enough end result that actually some of the character relationships in book 2 as a result of this are going to work a lot better, and I'm just really excited for how this is going to affect the start of book 2. I think it's going to make for a much stronger opening, and I think it's a much stronger ending of book 1 as well. Welcome to my bedroom. Not that you can see my bedroom at the minute, but I did a bit of writing during Malin's and Anna's stream, then I left to go to Skype my family, which I always do on Sunday afternoons, and then I had dinner, and then I went back to writing for a little bit because I have been trying to set myself the goal of writing for 3 hours every week minimum, and I was still missing half an hour, so I made sure to get that in. And it is now 8 p.m, which is a lot later than I was hoping I would be starting a new project, but here we are. I have some new wool that I got a while back when we were moving into this new flat, and I very excitedly and optimistically bought a bunch of wool because I wanted to make a new blanket to decorate a sofa. And it's been 3 months and the wool's just been sitting around and I have not touched it, and I really want to get started on that project. I was talking about the fact that I haven't done any crochet for a while during the last Make Hair's Rain stream relay thing that I did, and it just made me really feel like getting started on this project. It's something that I was really looking forward to at the time, but didn't really have the time to get started on, and now I do, at least, sort of. for a little bit. I say that I'm really busy, but I'm gonna start it anyway. So let me find the bowl. That was a much bigger hassle than I was expecting it to be. This is the bowl I'm gonna be using. I've got three each of these ones, and 2 each of these ones because they only had 2 left in the shop. I've got the label so I can order more if I need to. I'm hoping I'll be okay with just 2 of these. I'm gonna do it so that most of the blanket uses these, and like this is the color that I use the least. Haven't really figured out how that's gonna work because I was hoping to make a square blanket, but maybe I just don't make it square, I'm not sure. Anyway, this is my color palette, and I think I'm just gonna be making a granny square blanket, and I want to do it so it's like a diagonal granny square pattern where the inside color changes for every tile. I haven't decided how big I want the granny squares to be yet, but we're gonna figure it out. This is embarrassing, but despite the fact that I've been crocheting for literally over 5 years, I've never made a granny square before. I know, granny squares are the absolute basics, and it's what most people start with, but alas, we just kind of skipped that step. So I'm gonna look up a tutorial, figure out how to do this properly, and then my hope is just that once I know how to do this, it really shouldn't be that hard, I can do some crochet in the balcony whenever it's sunny out, and that can be like a cozy thing that I do in the evenings if I just want to sit outside for a bit. I'm really genuinely very happy with these colors. The combination looks very, very cute, and I can't wait to have an entire blanket made out of these. One thing I am a little concerned about is it is a little bit smaller than I thought it would be. I don't know. I looked at a guide on how to calculate how much yarn I would need, and this is 8 centimeters, 8.5 centimeters, and where's my calculator? Get this so you can actually see my head. So this is 8.5 centimeters. The guide that I was looking into for the size blanket I wanted said I would need 8 granny squares one way and then the other, I think. I've got it written down. 8 times 11, okay. And that's supposed to give me a 1.2 meter times 1.6 meter blanket. But with the yarn weight that I'm using and the needle that I'm using, this is 8.5, so that's times 8, which is 68 centimeters, which is half of what I was expecting. And unfortunately, I don't think I saved the link for the guide I was following when I figured this out. So I don't actually know how many, like maybe an extra row would fix that, but I think what I'm going to do actually is just make another 2 of these, so with the different starting points so that I can follow that diagonal pattern I mentioned. And then I'm gonna hold them next to each other and try and figure out what it's gonna look, and then I can always make it bigger later, right? Either way, I think this is so cute and I'm so happy with the colors. It is 9 p.m. at the minute, so that's not happening today. That's a tomorrow job. I am very happy with everything I've done this weekend. I've gotten quite a lot of progress done on my book, more than I was expecting potentially, and I didn't do quite as much on my art project as I was hoping I would, but I'm really happy with how the bit that I have done is looking. I think I'm very pleased with the result, even if it's not nearly as finished as I would like it to be, and I'm looking forward to getting to work on it again next weekend. And of course, I can't get over how cute this is. I am so excited to make more, and the pattern is so easy. I can definitely do it without watching a tutorial after just one attempt, so I'm gonna be doing plenty of crochet on the balcony soon. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. If you are watching this on a weekend, I hope that you're having a wonderful, cozy, productive weekend and enjoy working on creative projects and doing whatever else you feel like doing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.